Golden MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today, yes, we are going to play spiders. I say this because we're going to play spiders yesterday, but we went 1-5 with the deck, and I just scrapped it for a second. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to record something else, and then I'll try to do spiders later again. And yeah, I recorded a session. It turns out the deck is pretty amazing, but also very matchup dependent. It really depends on what you key into, whether you win or you lose. And there is room for like setups and you know, sequencing and line, like there are lines of play, right? Like there is decision making within the deck, even though it's an aggro deck. But there's just not as much of that as there is in other slower paced decks, right? What are we trying to do here? Well, we're trying to kill the opponent with spiders as early as we can. And unless, you know, unfortunately, if we run into a Fiora deck, even I was gonna say Blom. I always like mix up the names. Blom Bradamir. Let's go with that. Blom Bradamir. Blom Bradamir is one of the worst matchups because they're running like avalanches and Death Lotus and Ice Shard, so that's also scary. And of course, Lysandra Trundle, Shadow Owl's base control in general can also be a massive liability. But barring decks with board wipes and decks with a lot of health gain and Withering Whale, we do pretty good in the meta. This deck actually beats a lot of shit really fast. So it is actually a very solid deck to climb the ladder with as of right now, but it does really depend on what people are playing that day. If you see a lot of Twisted Fate Fizz, this deck feeds on it really well. I didn't see a single Twisted Fate Fizz today. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's like anti-degenerate day or something like that. It just, there was no, like people were really behaving and actually playing all sorts of different decks. Like I could not predict what I was running into in today's like multiple sessions, which was great. But it would have been nice for people to be more predictable so I could counter certain stuff, right? Because I want to play this to feed on Twisted Fate Fizz, but yeah, it's conflicting, man. I'm never happy. You know, if people are playing Twisted Fate Fizz, I'm whining. If people aren't playing Twisted Fate Fizz, I'm whining. That's just me. That's just who I am. I have to embrace it. Anyways, let's actually talk about the deck and explain what we're doing and all that stuff, even though there's not really that much to talk about because it's pretty straightforward. We play spiders, then we play more spiders, and then we play spiders after that. We try to level up ELISE, and we attack. And we repeat until we win. We have a mix of, basically it is more complex than that. Like we have an early game that is comprised of Swarm, and we're going to be dealing damage through attacks early on so that we can set up a late game in which we can burn our opponent to death. To the likes of Decimate, Noxian Fervor, and Doom Beast, which we can even trigger with On to Dusk, and we can generate more copies of with the likes of Stalking Shadows. That is the general consensus of the deck. Several like Mogwai touches that the deck has that can be real. That be taken out of context like so badly. But regardless, my optimization towards this deck, like my approach towards this archetype, has certain things that make it different compared to others that you may see on the ladder. First of all, I'm running Draven. I don't like just running ELISE. I think running ELISE alone is all right. You know, you can go with it. You're a fast-paced deck. It's not like you need 6 champions. But I do feel like Draven actually provides a lot to this deck. Why? Because it allows us to run Vision. And Vision with spiders is absolutely absurd. Now, you may think, well, Miguel, your only source of discard in this deck is Draven. Are you really sure it's all right to run Vision? I can pay 3 mana for Vision, and it is actually worth it the majority of the time because I run a full set of House Spider. I have just a bazillion 1-drops. I have like a lot of everything. I have a bazillion 2-drops and just a lot of ways to spawn units, right? So a lot of times I'm going to have a pretty spread out board state and I'm going to be able to get nutty value out of this card. But obviously, ideally, we're utilizing it with Draven, right? So yes, that does make Draven worth it. Draven gives us another solid 3-drop to go with. And I'm a big fan of him in this deck. We're also playing the Frenzy Skinner and Doom Beast, like I mentioned prior, and we're playing the Shrieking Spinner. This is a card that a lot of people are not playing, and I feel it's all right. It's pretty cool. Like it definitely helps us out when we spread out. But I wonder if this card could mix in better with versions with Brood Awakening. But Brood Awakening would have to be 5 mana in order to justify that, right? Regardless, Shrieking Spinner puts in the work. Like it is a 4 mana 2/5 initially, but upon attacking becomes a 3/5, and all of our spiders gain +1 attack. Like this actually puts in the work, though it is a bit slow for the kind of deck. It is a 4-drop, right? And generally speaking, we don't play too many of those in Spider decks, but I do think Shrieking Spinner ultimately is worth it. But to be honest, the deck can function perfectly without it, though I wanted to play the new card, and it put in the work today. Especially alongside Vision, I can get some crazy buff stacks, or stacking on top of another English. And that really does go a long way. So that is the deck list right there. Yeah, I spent 5 minutes talking about it. Probably should have been 2. Regardless, I guess for watching, stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Let me know what you think of the games. Try it out. I think you'll enjoy it if you like Smorkin, of course. And I'll be back at it tomorrow. So yeah, so day. And I'll see you around. That was hard. My jank meter is over 9,000 right now. I have... Wow. Okay. That's a deck. We're going to go ahead and mulligan everything that's not Draven because we want to find a better curve. We're an aggro deck. We need a 1-drop. But if we would have a 1-drop, that's unacceptable. Let's drop the precious pet. Let's get to work. No 2-drop is kind of depressing, though. Got him good. Got him good. I want to play Draven.
I have
Best job.
These hands know metal and magic. Approach, savage.
All right. Smart block there, but to be fair, like anything with the 1 health automatically dies to Katarina. So then again, you know, hey, at least I'm actually winning games now. Because last time I had a session with this deck,
and maybe those other guys.
yeah,
Whatever.
50-50. Last session I had with this deck, it went terrible, but it was purely because I ran into like 3 Fioras, right? It wasn't like the deck list doing bad. It's just that this kind of deck, like I said, it's matchup roulette, man. A lot of times you're gonna know if you're gonna do well or bad, depending on what you run into, right? But that's kind of like the nature of aggro decks in general. So you gotta live with that. Okay, round 2. Ooh, Timo Sejuani. We have Draven with Vision. We can drop the Noxin for everything else about this hand I absolutely love. Oh! Well, that's an opener, ladies and gentlemen. It's passive aggressive. Is that a Brittle Steel? That would be a very poor Brittle Steel. I don't mind. Go for it. Go for it, Timo man. I'm just kidding, it's great. Nah. The awesome thing is that with Draven's Axe, we can set up quite the surprise here. Like, we can wait for the Frostbite and then go for the Vision.
Once I stamp papers, now faces. Safety disengaged.
Ooh, that's tempting. That's tempting. But she's very likely to go down.
The party has arrived.
I want to go for the ELISE level up. Like, I always want to try to prioritize that, right? But the thing is, in a matchup like this, we're facing Piltover, right? Like, more so in the Frostbites, the problem is there's a bazillion answers. Such as that.
Let's do this.
Good damage. Happy with that hit. Static Shock was good, but it's also expensive. I really like that Decimate as well, because in this matchup, unless they play Tavern Keeper, they have no health gain.
Can you improve perfection? Join me if you want to live.
closer.
I don't bite. It's important to notice that these decks.
What the?
It's been a while. That's my favorite. That's my favorite fucking interaction, man. Ever.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Beautiful.
We could use a bite.
This is pretty insane. I could be working for ELISE's level up, but again, she could very easily die next turn, and I cannot say no to this insane attack.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
I think clearing that is important. But then again, is it? No. It's important to just go for lethal here. Look at that sweet, sweet vision. There we go! Nobody expects it. Okay, see? Sometimes you just gotta take a break from a deck, switch to something else, go back to it, and it's fine, yeah? Yeah, but the problem with this archetype is always gonna be that if we queue into like Shadow Owl's Control or something, or like Fiora, it's gonna be tough, right? All right, round 2. No, actually round 3. Jeez, this is fast. Round 3. Okay, it's a race. Spiders versus robots. Fearsome is very key here, but we can also work with Swarm. Doom Beast is important. Doom Beast really does give us a bit of an edge, even though Jinx is incredibly scary because Jinx can just start throwing rockets at us, and rockets are pretty nasty. No 1-drop.
No one's the wiser. Everything's in place. Come closer. I don't bite. You won't suffer long.
Got a blocker for you.
You'll never see it coming. Behind you. What's your hurry? So young.
I could have like taken all the damage and gone for a level up, but I don't think that's where we need to be at.
Just you and me, fish bones.
Yeah, he's too afraid to lose Jinx, who is too valuable.
Time for the main event.
For fuck's sake. We're going with the Shrieking Spinner.
Smile! It's called gunplay.
Hopefully it's not a rummage.
We're doing it!
Oh. Now we reveal the precious pet. And now we go in.
Now it's a party.
Some nutty spinner value here.
Trying to shoot me.
Somebody's setting up for the rocket. But somebody does not see the doom coming, boy. God, Spinner getting that final hit off. Nah, man. Bam. I'm gonna make him think that I top decked it. Booyah. That's actually evil, man. I should have played the other one. Okay. Bro, I don't even know how many games that is, but we've only been recording for like 15 minutes. The beauty of aggro, right? Let's go for another one. Okay, more. More aggro. Man, I really want to keep one of these visions. I want a high roll. Ah, I'm good.
I have my orders.
I'm so good.
They'll never see it coming.
I can take that.
There's nothing to fear.
Of course I'm ready.
You won't suffer long.
Reporting in.
It's fine.
This'll shake him.
Armed and ready.
Damn it!
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Can we get the level up? Yes!
Smooth as
Nice. Very, 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 very nice.
It's Draven time.
I want to play Draven as well. He can aftershock, that's fine.
It wasn't me.
7, this is plus 3.
Now we're cooking.
Vision right here allows me to clear this to basically guarantee that my opponent can't kill me. It's kind of irrelevant, like where I dedicate that axe, because I'm gonna finish him off with Decimate. He has no health gain with his region combination, but the big thing is I'm preventing, like I'm taking away any small chance that he could have to lethal me from there. Though I can't really tell you how he could. right? But I take away 2 damage from his attack. And we axe.
All me. And maybe those other guys.
Yeah, but maybe the spiders did something, Draven. I don't know. Who am I to say, but it feels like they helped. But you know, all you. Another one. Oh, okay, here's the Fiora. This is the kind of deck that really flips us over our back. I actually like this hand. Vile Feast can allow us to bob barriers. Which is pretty important. Also that.
I know what lurks in the shadows. We could use a bite.
You could always sharp sight. It's fine.
Always 2 steps ahead. Let them eat so. Try me.
I gotta eliminate Fiora.
Everything I've worked for.
Well, fuck everything you worked for.
It is me. Please, calm yourself.
Down to 13.
I am the rose. Lucky you.
I'm gonna go for the vision now. As my plan is to double Skitterer next turn. To potentially finish off with a decimate, even though deny is a thing. I think what this what today's session has really highlighted is the power of vision in this deck. Like, Panda doesn't play Draven and Vision, he just plays Elise alone, and I think that's a mistake. I think Draven is just so good in this deck because of Vision. Wow. That's a very heavy expense just to do that. Ooh, we're missing out on 1 mana though. We're going in. I really wish I could trigger this vision. If I could, oh my god. Thing is, if he plays 1 unit and he has no other plays alongside that, he blocks the 2 biggest ones. And then 4, 7, 11. Wow. Okay, so attack like this. We're gonna prioritize the fearsomes. He must have like a riposte and a single combat or something like that. Or just a single combat. Oh! Oh man. Can we do this? Because this is an awful matchup, dude. Like, I was 100% expecting to lose this one. Oh! We'll go vision again. Force him to play something here. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is the plan. First of all, we demand something out of him here. Oh, fuck. Oh. It's 3 more damage that we're looking at. Oh! Oh, we got him! Okay, I was actually, you know what I was thinking there? Wow. Wow, that's not how that matchup goes most of the time, I will say. I mean, we had a pretty decent curve, and like that knocks in Fervor. Like the fact that he left himself open and we were able to deal with Fiora. Because honestly, if you're a Fiora Shen player and you run into this deck, do whatever you can to keep Fiora alive. If you can prioritize, play her a little bit later, but with protection. Like for example, I think low key my opponent probably choked with the sharp sight because he needed protection onto Fiora that turn. Because if he's able to constantly keep Fiora alive, it just automatically wins against this. So, yeah. The more you know. Alright, well, we're on tear. Let's go for a last one, shall we? Braum Vladimir. This is a scary matchup. Ice Shard is particularly worrying. Let's drop the Decimate. I like Doom Beast. But we're gonna drop it as well. We like the Arachnoid Horror. We're gonna drop everything else that's not a spider because we're gonna try to be as fast as possible. We could double up on these, but I wonder if he has an ice shard. 5 damage. That's great.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
I'm thinking here. If he blocks into the 3-2, then that's 2, 4, 5, 7. Dropping him down to 11. Just not worth it. We're gonna take a huge gamble here. I believe that in order to win this game, because there's just as much of a chance of him having Ice Shard as it is for them to have Avalanche. In fact, a lot of these, if I recall correctly, a lot of these Vlad Brahms don't play Avalanche. They play Ice Shard instead. If I can just check here real quick. No, they play a full set of Avalanche. Fuck me. Well, we're taking the gamble. We're taking the gamble. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going in. Gonna regret it, but I feel like this game is gonna slip away from me really badly if I don't do this. They have Ice Shard. I could play the Stygian Onlooker, but if they have Ice Shard, it doesn't make a difference. They could also have like Death Lotus, Ice Shard. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This is gonna end up so badly. Well, maybe they only have one. They're gonna board wipe me. They're gonna board wipe me. Bro, there's not much I can do about it either. Fuck. It's just there's not much room for counterplay for me. Like I can attack a little bit weaker, but
Let's talk about it.
yeah. Like that's so brutal, man. That's so brutal. How am I? Oh God. I have to slowly but surely like bring him down. I could also go for the house spider to try to level up. Nah.
Time for twice to be friends.
Maybe I can burn him.
It is easy, see?
Maybe I can slowly burn him.
Come closer.
I don't bite.
Flee now or burn.
Yikes. If I play you, I drop you to down to 13. If I play you and you, that means I have a total of 6 attackers. He blocks here, he blocks here, he blocks here, which means these 3, or maybe he blocks here, but if he blocks this way, he takes a total of 4 damage, which puts him down to 9. Is that my best? Is that my best chance at winning this? Or is it going for the ELISE level up instead? I do miss out on damage here, but this allows me to. He will block with Scar Mother Brenna, and this would just be blocked by him.
Pity is for the weak. Just another winter.
If we're gonna have any chance of winning this game,
One way or another.
we gotta level up ELISE.
My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Because otherwise we won't be able to get the attacks that we want. We also need to not die this turn. I mean, with Scar Mother Brenna and like Basilisk is a thing. Basilisk is indeed a thing. We do have a lot of burn though. There is a universe in which we can utilize ELISE to push 4 damage, and that alongside our burn is enough. Pass. Okay. It's a bit odd. 4 cards left.
No mercy for cowards.
Let's show our friends they know. Ah, this is fun, yes?
Don't kill my ELISE. I'm actually not blocking with Doom Beast, because if I declare a block, I give initiative back to him, and he could have something like a Twin Sisters or a 3 Sisters.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
We gotta go with this. Like, we can't overthink it. We have the plays that we have available. I was concerned about that. That means that no matter what we top deck, we will be shut down. Right? Like, there's actually nothing that we can top deck. No. Our highest ceiling card is Decimate, deals 4 damage. We miss out on lethal by that much. That feels a little bit unnecessary. We get the damage there, but it doesn't matter. Like, we can concede now because no matter what I draw, there's nothing in my deck that can save me. I mean, we did all we could. We definitely we gave it a nice shot. Like, considering we got our entire board wiped, yeah, I think that's actually like the worst matchup for us, even worse than Fiora. Man, that like when I saw, like, man, like right now they're playing Avalanche, Ice Shard, and Death Lotus, dude. It is the ultimate anti-spider deck. Oh my god. And we're still, like, we had a shot. We had a shot at one point. But, yeah, you know what? I said that was going to be the last game, but I'm a salty bitch. I'm not going to let the last game be a loss. Let's go for another one. Mega putos. It's like my nemesis. Alright, so we're facing Big Boy Overwhelm. In order to beat Big Boy Overwhelm, we want to be able to get under them a little bit. I do want to keep the friend. I mean, no, I don't. I'm actually going to drop the Frenzy Skitter and the Noxian Fervor. I mean, they're not bad cards, but I do want to try to find earlier components on my curve. Arachnoid Horror. We may see the 3-1. I'm not gonna trade into that since I do have a Skitter.
Gotcha. I'm through waiting.
Beautiful. God, that setup was worth it. That setup was so worth it. Now we gotta try to stay alive because overwhelms are coming. Overwhelms are coming. But that's glorious.
These stories were true.
That's absolutely glorious. Let's pass. Let me take a look at like what overwhelm.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Like what kind of spells they tend to play. They don't tend to play any sort of interaction outside of yeah. They can't disrupt this. So I just gotta stay alive. In order to do that, I could wait for their attack. I can block into that. I can hit him for 6. And then play Doom Beast. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'll live. I will always live. We go for the Noxian Fervor. And now we axe him. Got him. I have to at least emote at least once in this video. No BM intended. Maybe a little. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got our salty rum back. We did it. Thank you for watching. Ask me anything. Have a solid day. Hope you guys enjoyed the spider action. I'm happy that we got to showcase the Shrieking Spinner and Vision a lot. You know, like Vision with Draven. Big advocate of Draven in this archetype. And yeah, there are some tweaks that can be made, you know, like the one off of Vile Feast and Unto Dusk and Brothers Bond is kind of like me experimenting with these cards and seeing which one I actually like more. But it would be nice to convert them into 2-ofs, but I'm not quite sold on any one over the other. Like Brothers Bond is really strong, but there are some instances in which it's like we need health gain and health enhancing. And Unto Dusk is limited, but man, it feels good onto Doom Beast. 2 mana burst speed, even though we're not dealing the damage at burst speed, right? Yeah, fun shit, man. If you like simple spider-based decks, then this is the deck for you. And that's the best way I can sell it. Have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. My outro is like reversed today. Bye-bye.